Blog Talk Radio.
You know what time it is. Time to hang out with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop. Get the latest scoop from Mr. Coop, from Mr. Coop, from Mr. Coop. Hang with Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop. Get the latest scoop from Mr. Coop, from Mr. Coop.
Welcome to the Big Scoop with Coop. I'm your host, Coop. Season 5 going on strong, guys. Episode 2. Make sure you tell your family, friends, and associates to make sure they go to the website, www.thebigscoopwithcoop.com, where they can check out episodes from Season 1 all the way up to Season 5, everyone. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MCOOP317. Big things are happening. A lot of big guests are coming on, especially today. For today's guest, she is doing big things, especially in the television industry, the movie industry. She's doing it real big. My guest, she's actually going to be seen on Z Nation. Her episode that you could have saw her on actually aired, if I'm not mistaken, about 2-3 days ago. I'm off on my dates, but I think it was on the 28th. But ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Carollani Sandberg. Welcome to the show.
Woo! Thanks for having me, Coop. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, definitely. How's your day so far?
My day's going all right. How's yours?
Man, it's doing great. It is kind of a busy day, but guess what? I've been looking forward to this time right here to actually have you on the show. So I cannot complain at all. This is a great time for me, and it's a great time for everyone to actually get to know. If they don't know who you are, they're about to learn something real nice today. And for your fans, I know they're loving this also. So once again, thank you very much for coming on the show.
It is absolutely my pleasure. I love your lead-in music. It's so fun.
Cool. Yes. Now, on this show, just to let you know, we always talk about how you started in your career, your success, give advice on how to get started in your career, and much more. Now, when did you first realize that you wanted to become an actress?
I think I knew from a really young age, but I buried it so deep within me that I couldn't find it again until I was fired from a really good job that I was good at because I was so miserable. And when I searched my soul to figure out what was going wrong, I was looking for my true passion and my true drive, and acting was what I found. And I just buried it for so long under a bunch of fear and insecurity, and I'm really glad that I finally had the courage to go for it.
Wow. And you know what? I always believe, and I'm a strong believer in this, that if you have a gut feeling about anything that you want to do in life, and it's something to the positive, I think it's time for that person to actually go forward and do it.
Absolutely.
And you're one of many, but I'm going to say what stands out about you at the same time. You had that gut feeling, and you went through what some people have not had experience to choose to actually go through. And what I mean by that is some people, they just say, okay, I'm getting straight out of college and I'm going straight out of college and I'm going to try to be an actor and I'm going to try to be an actress. And you had a good job and it went away. And, I believe the Lord opened this door for you to get to where you're at now. And now look at you. You're doing things that no one can take away from you. You strived and you went up and look where you're at now. So I want to applaud you for that.
Oh, gosh. Well, thank you.
So also at the same time, I have to admit I am one of the big fans of Z Nation. I am so glad that I am so glad that you're actually in this show. And, you know, I think with Z Nation, we're going to talk about Z Nation more in a minute, ladies and gentlemen that's listening worldwide. But I do just have to say this. This is a show that I believe that can keep going on and on because they can prolong as far as it goes for getting that virus to DC. They can actually prolong this thing for a long time. And all of the actors and actresses that have actually been on the show, you know, you all act y'all butts off. I know that was a country slang I just said, everyone, but I meant to say it. You all can act your butts off, and you guys are doing a great job. Yes.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. I think it was season 2 or 3. I had Pasay Powell on the show, and she is a clown also. That's my buddy. So I will say
she's
that.
Great.
Yes, she's definitely great. So I just want to say big shout outs to everyone on Z Nation. But back to you. What, even though you know you lost your job and everything, what other obstacles did you have to go through, you know, to get to where you're at right now in the television industry?
You know, there were physical obstacles and like actual traumas, but I feel like my obstacles were almost all internal. You know, like my fear was a huge obstacle. My fear of being misunderstood, of trying and failing, of being made fun of, you know, the fear of rejection, the fear of pain. You know, like I said, I've been through a few traumas in my life that caused me to change my relationship with pain and fear. And honestly, my biggest obstacles have made my metaphorical muscles big enough to believe that I can get through anything. So honestly, it's my weaknesses that remind me that I am really actually pretty invincible.
Wow. That's a great answer. That really is. Because, you know, some people, and to be truthful, some people, when they see their weakness, they run. They don't even try to, you know, change it to a strength. And I used
to be one of those people. You know, I used to try and hide the weaknesses or the ugly things about me, or like what I thought didn't fit in. And it took me a long time to realize that those are the things that make me special, and those are the things that make people interested in me. You know, so like the things that maybe feel really vulnerable to share, or maybe show off my weaknesses more than I like, those are the things that are so compelling to audiences and just to people in general.
And I believe that. I definitely believe that. But what point did you say in your head, okay, it's time to turn this thing around? What made it finally tick to say, that's it, no more running, I have to do it? What was that one thing?
Well, you know, losing that job, because getting that job was a struggle for me, because I had a car accident right out of college that broke my sternum and my back in 3 places and crushed my pelvis and broke my femur and crushed my feet and ankles. Like, I was really badly hurt right out of college. So it took me a long time to get that job that was in the field that I intended to work in, and it was a good job. It was a good paying job. It was, you know, kind of cushy. It was the kind of place, you know, where there's free drinks in the office, in the, you know, break room, that kind of place, you know. And I was miserable, and I made other people miserable. And it took me losing that job to examine the reason why I was so miserable in the first place, which was that I was ignoring my heart's desire, honestly. Right. And that can be really poisonous. You know, passion can give you life until you deny it, and then it will take it from you.
That's deep. That is deep right there. Wow. And you're right. And you know what? I believe that would be any person's breaking point at the end. Because when you know that you're miserable and you're starting to see you're making other people miserable, it's going to be that point in time where you're going to say, why am I doing this? Why is this happening? What can I do? And you changed it, and look at you now. Seriously.
Look at me now.
Exactly. I'm not trying to steal the song, but I had to actually say it. You've turned things for the better. And anyone that's listening worldwide, you all need to listen to this, because if you're struggling with anything, it's not the end point. If you still can breathe, trust me, you can change something. You definitely can. Now, I have to ask you this, Ms. Carollani. Who are some of the actors and actresses that you enjoy watching, growing up as a child?
Ooh, oh man, I have two very specific I became really infatuated with these people. One was Winona Ryder. So her resurgence into popular culture lately is very exciting for me. In Stranger Things, she's popping up. And, I was just obsessed with her. I used to go to the local VHS store.
Of course.
Go through their physical catalog. This was before IMDb. I used to go through this physical catalog that they had of actors' names and movie titles that were cross-referenced, and I would go down her list of movie titles just from the beginning of her career to the latest releases and watch every single thing.
Wow.
And then, I was obsessed. And then the other one was Tom Cruise. Same thing. Went to the movie store, went down that catalog of actors' names and found his, and went through the entire catalog of his career. This was back in the very, very early days of the internet, and I would go to these websites and search for his picture and print out these 200 by 300 pixel black and white low res images of Tom Cruise and tape them up in my locker at school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a thing.
Tom, if you're listening to this show, I don't have to say no more. You have a super fan right here. Go ask the school, go ask the lockers, ask anyone. There you go. Yes. Now, if you could pick any show that you grew up watching, and you could guest star on it today, if it's not on anymore, or if you could revamp the show and you could guest star on it, what show would that be and why?
Oh, man. I think I have to go with Friends. I got to go Friends because I think it was the first show I became a real super fan of. My best friend and I used to watch it with each other on the phone, not even talking, just listening on the phone with each other, watching the show. And then all that next week we'd be telling each other the jokes from the show. Oh my God. It was just so formative in my teenage years that, I would absolutely have to pick Friends.
Did you ever catch yourself singing the theme song and picturing yourself sitting on the couch in front of the little water thing?
Oh my gosh, my first concert with Friends was the Rembrandts, and they sang the theme to Friends, and so we all went to the show, and they pulled everyone up on stage during that song, and it was just the best moment ever.
Oh, wow. I know you lived that up to the fullest. You had to.
Oh, you know it. You know it.
Yeah. Wow. Now, let's fast forward up to the present right now. Big shout-outs first and foremost to all the cast members of Friends. If you're watching this, listening to it worldwide, big shout-outs to you. Revamp the show, bring it back. We have someone that wants to be on the show. We got to keep the same intro. Yes. We got to keep the same intro of the song, and we got to bring the couch back. So we have to do it. Now, how excited were you when you found out that you had a role on Z Nation?
Oh, let me just paint a picture for you, okay? So I was driving back from a FedEx after sending off my paperwork to the Z Nation production, on Oahu. So I'm on an island. I'm driving back to this house where my entire family is staying for a family reunion. And I had the windows down and the music up, and I was just thinking about how, like, it finally happened. I've been auditioning for this show for 3 years, and it finally happened. And, like, my whole family's here with me, and I just started weeping with joy. I was literally overcome by how perfectly content I was in that moment. It was an absolute dream come true, and I was surrounded by love and in one of the most beautiful places on earth. You know what I mean?
Wow. And you know what? If that would have been me and I received that call or got notified that I had that, if there was anybody else talking to me at the time, they would have been on a Charlie Brown cartoon. Cause the only thing I would have heard was, wah, 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 wah. I wouldn't have heard nothing else. Especially when you auditioned for 3 years, you finally got it. Oh, my goodness. Once again, congratulations on this role. I hope and I believe at the same time that your character is going to continue. I really do.
Oh,
and I believe
hope so.
Z Nation can. Oh, yes. Yes. Because, and correct me if I'm wrong, because with your character, you can take nothing and make something, correct?
That is what they say. I mean, that's a pretty incredible skill set, right?
Right. So, and this is what's kind of scary at the same time. You have that skill set, and you're getting the cure. So,
I'm unstoppable, man. I'm unstoppable.
So what? And see, that's the scary part at the same time, because what's stopping you from making that cure and spreading that bad boy out? See, we know if you do that, you may end up becoming one of the most hated people on the show because you just canceled the show that everybody liked because the show was over. You made the cure. So I'm not, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I don't want you to think that. That was just a thought inside my head. But her character is just so out there where she has a skill set that nobody else actually have on the show. So you all have to continue to watch. Z Nation heads, continue to watch. You have to see what's going to happen next. So that's all I'm going to say about that, Carollani. I'm not going to spoil that down. I'm not going to spoil it. So, yes. So, once again, congrats. Big shout-outs to you, Syfy, the rest of the cast and crew of Z Nation. Can't wait to see season 35 and season 355. I'm ready to see it all. There you go. Why not? Everybody else is doing it. Why not,
right?
Exactly. Now, here's one thing I do want you to spoil, though. What is the atmosphere like on Z Nation behind the scenes where people can't see the camera? Well, the camera is focused on that, but behind the camera, what is it like?
You guys, everybody is so... Okay, first of all, everybody's so professional. Everybody's at the top of their game, and they're working at 100, But on top of that, people are so sweet and kind, and they really take care of their actors. And it was just, I felt so cared for the entire time. It was a dream.
Wow. Did you end up making any new friendships on the show?
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I'm friends with Duran. He plays one of the blends, one of the Murphy blends as well. I made a few friends. I'm friends with a couple of the wardrobe girls and the makeup girls, and I made a few friends. And it was cool because I actually knew a few of the crew members ahead of time, so there were a few friendly faces on set that I knew before I even showed up. Nice.
And I know that all of that probably like kicked in your head, and it was like probably some type of emotion behind it because you waited so long to get on this show, and even though you knew people on the show, you could say finally it's happening.
Yeah, it was my time. I was so excited to just seize the day and give it my all and see what happens.
Wow. Well, Carollani, once again, I'm telling you, and I'm telling everybody that's listening worldwide, this is a show. If you have not seen Z Nation, make sure you go to Syfy, watch the show, watch the past episodes, watch the new episodes, catch up on this. This is one of these. It's like a zombie show where they're trying to get the cure to Washington D.C. to actually try to cure the whole world, and it's almost. And I'm not trying to compare it to The Walking Dead, but if you like The Walking Dead, you're gonna love Z Nation. So make sure you go check it out. Don't miss another episode. Everyone, go check it out. Syfy Network. Make sure you do it. Can you tell everybody about the upcoming feature film that you're in? It's called Second Nature.
Yeah, it's sort of like a Freaky Friday of like, what if men and women switched places in society?
Huh.
It's like a complete role reversal.
Okay.
That's what Second Nature kind of explores. It's a rated R comedy, so it's funny first and foremost, but I think it asks the viewer to really consider the burden we place on each other by adhering to society's strict gender norms,
Right.
which is kind of a heady thought. But so it's an ambitious comedy, and I get to play the same person in both worlds. So that's really fun because I play best friend to the lead character, played by Colette Wolfe, who's a great actress. But yeah.
Wow. So how did you feel about that when you was it like a funny thought that hit your head, or when you found out what you could be doing in this movie, were you excited about it? Did you say this is something new I could put in my repertoire, or how did this actually go when you found out about the movie and found out that you was in the movie?
Well, it was a sort of a process with this film because there were several live script readings that I participated in, and none of the cast that was in the readings was guaranteed a spot in the actual film, but they just wanted to do these live readings to sort of test out the material and see how the script was working out for audiences. So I got to see the development of the script through several iterations, and it was really kind of cool to watch it take shape a bunch of different ways, and then finally, the way it landed. And then by the time I knew that I was going to be in it, it was like they were casting and then filming like really quickly. So it was like years of building up this script, and then when it was production time, it was like, go, 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 go. So it was kind of funny. I felt like I had a lot of the backstory and a lot of the character development in me already just from, having played a small part in the script development.
Right.
So by the time it was time to get on set, I just really worked on my relationship with other people on set and tried to stay in the moment and keep open to new stuff that was happening. And yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. It's really funny. So I'm excited for people to see it.
Nice. Everyone, make sure you check it out. Oh, Carollani, tell everybody when the movie is coming out.
Ooh, Second Nature. Well, right now it's headed to its world premiere at the Napa Valley Film Festival. So depending on what happens there, I don't know if they already have distribution yet, but I would imagine we will see it available sometime this winter or perhaps spring 2017.
Nice. Everyone, make sure you be on the lookout for Second Nature. Watch this movie. A lot of people, what if is going to actually come to this
Sorry to interrupt.
movie.
You can find the trailer at secondnaturemovie.com.
There it is. Make sure you go to the website, check out the trailer. That's one thing you do not want to miss, so it can get you set up for the movie. This is going to be a hilarious movie, people, because trust me, I guarantee someone's out there has actually asked that question, what will happen if people switch roles? in society. So make sure you do go check out Second Nature. Check out the trailer. Make sure you get ready for the movie also. 2000, it could be this year or it could be 2017. It's worth the wait. Make sure you go see it. Now, a lot of people don't know about this about you, Carollani. You was actually in another short film that was called Bride to Be. That actually had over 2.5 million views on YouTube. Tell me that experience.
Yeah, actually, the short film's called Together Forever.
Oh, really?
But yeah, it just blew up on YouTube, and we got so many views, and we were so excited. You know, it was just this little short film that was really sweet, we thought, and we thought it was pretty good. So we threw it up on YouTube, and we just watched the views just go tick, 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 tick. And it was so exciting for us that the writer-director couple, Chris and Lindy Bousted, they were like, we have to move on this. So they wrote a feature film, and they called it Brides to Be. We shot it right after we made the short film to just build on that momentum, since we knew we knew we had an audience for it. And it's a psychological thriller with sort of horror elements, so it's really fun to watch this time of year. And people can already rent and buy that at bridestobemovie.com. It's available on several different platforms.
Nice. Now, what is your secret? Because I think a lot of people are trying to figure this out. How did you all make the YouTube hits go up to 2.5 million? What is the secret behind that?
I think the secret behind our success, specifically our success, is that there's a really hungry audience for particularly LGBTQ content. You know, there's not a lot of mainstream content where lesbians or gay people are the leads, you know. So it's really exciting for that audience to see themselves reflected on a screen. Okay.
So basically what happened was, I guess the community found out about it, checked it out, loved the movie, and the rest is history.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what it's, yeah. And I bet you, I understand that, yes. Now, I know I just mentioned a while ago the secret behind, YouTube with social media and everything, but for the people that's listening worldwide right now that's getting introduced to you for the first time, and your fans that are listening right now, what is the best way for everyone actually find you on social media?
Yeah, I'm pretty active on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and I have a pretty unique name, Carollani. It's spelled Carollani. So I was able to get that username at all those places, so it's pretty easy to find me.
Nice. Everyone, make sure you go follow her on social media. Follow her on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest and see exactly what she have going on. This is the best way to do it. I'm telling you, Carollani has got a big career ahead of her. She's nowhere close to being finished. That's my personal belief.
From your mouth to God's ears.
There you go. And we're both claiming that right now. There's big things that will be coming to her. A lot of eyes are on her. So, I mean, make sure you add your eyes to her also on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Catch her on all three. Make sure you follow her right now. Well, not right now, especially people that's watching live on Facebook right now. Do not leave this. After this show, you go follow her on social media. Make sure you do it. Now, Carollani, what is your ultimate goal as an actress?
Besides the actual work itself, which I find very rewarding, I guess it's to touch people's hearts and open people's minds and comfort those in need of comfort, and give a laugh to people who need it. I mean, I guess ultimately it would be to make an authentic connection with individuals.
Nice. And in my personal opinion, there's nothing like networking, because when you network or just meet someone, because you don't know how many people that you can't see or hear that say, I would love to meet her. And then if you pop in front of their face, they're not going to know what to do. Just like if Tom Cruise popped up right now, you would probably go try to find that poster you had in your locker to say, look what I did years ago. Please sign it. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, make sure you do go follow her on social media. She has an ultimate goal that's actually trying to reach out to people at the same time. There's something that's genuine that you cannot fake. So everyone, make sure you do follow her career. And I will let you know, get comfortable, because it'll be a long career that you're going to have to follow. Now, Carollani, I know you're a busy woman, so I'm not going to hold you long. What advice would you give any male or female that wants to become an actor or actress in the television or movie industry?
First, I would ask them to know why they wanted to do it, because the people get into it for a million different reasons, and so because of those reasons, there's a million different ways to go about it. So you need to know why you want to do it. Is it because you enjoy acting and you want that to be the way you make your money, or is it because you want people to know who you are? Because that's a very different. You're going to go about your career in very different ways.
Right.
But otherwise, I would just set goals and break them down into achievable steps, and just keep stepping.
Hey, there you go, everyone. It's just simple as that. Make sure you have the reasons why, and make sure you know the reason why you're getting into this career. If you are trying to become an actor or actress, everyone, make sure, once again, and I know I said it 2 or 3 times, so I'm going to make it the 4th time, make sure you follow Carollani on social media. Check out Z Nation. Check out Second Nature. Check out everything she's doing. I mean, like I said, big things are happening for her. Carollani, thank you very much for coming on the show, and I would love to have you back in the future.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Coop. I had a great time, and I would be thrilled to come back again.
Thank you. Carollani, you make sure you have a great night, and until next time, everybody, on The Big Scoop with Coop.
You too. Happy Halloween.
You know what time it is. Time to hang out with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, the latest scoop. From Mr. Coop, from Mr. Coop, from Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop.